Hello, I'm Commander Oliver Morris with the Los Alamos Police Department. It's an exciting time to live in Los Alamos. With the increase in hiring at the lab, we've seen more motorists and visitors come to Los Alamos. But with that, we've also seen an increase in traffic. And with traffic, we also get calls of distracted driving, speeding, and sometimes aggressive driving. Please join me in reducing these calls. Our officers are going to be out in force looking for these types of driving behavior. If you see something, please call us at our non-emergency line or our emergency line. We appreciate your partnership in helping keep our community safe, and thank you.
go. So we are back here at Edward Ortiz Gymnasium. And tonight the Hilltoppers taking on the Capital High School Jaguars. And so they just finished the national anthem, and so they, in a moment, and now they're introducing each team. So their schedule this week is, so far will be here tonight, of course, and then on Thursday night we're going to travel up to Las Vegas to bring you the ball game between the Hilltoppers and the Las Vegas Dons. And so, you know, there was a ball game several years ago, Mike, where we played West Las Vegas. They were in our district, and so when they got down to the end of the ball game, we were up by 2 points, and they threw a pass in the end zone, and the guy was wide open. So our defender, he just tackled him, just flat tackled him, and of course got the interference call. And so it was only a 15-yard penalty. But that moved them into field goal range. It was the last play of the game. So they kicked the field goal and missed the field goal. They went wide about an inch or so. And then, of course, and so anyway, it turns out that since they were playing at Highland, those are college goalposts, and they're thinner than the high school goalposts. If those had been high school goalposts, they would have won the ball game.
I was actually taking part in that game, Gene, and I remember that game well.
Yes.
So, yeah, and West Las Vegas was celebrating immediately after they kicked it because they thought it went in. And from where I was standing on the sideline, I thought it went in too, but it missed by absolutely nothing. And, yeah, exactly. Had we been playing in a high school field, it would have been good and they would have won. But, like I said, I've heard that game's going to be at Highlands. Our good buddy up there, Bill Schur, believes it's going to be in West Las Vegas, so I guess we're going to have to wait and see where it is. And this is my favorite part of volleyball, Gene. You know, they had like half an hour to introduce the teams, and they do it now. So.
Yeah. Plus, in addition, being in competition with this PA announcer is going to be something else. So we'll just have to see how that goes here tonight. And
you know, the only thing missing, Gene, is Espanola Valley coach Richard Martinez, who you know, he would come out, he'd introduce the freshman team and the JV team and, you know, the manager. So I really missed that. I really missed that 45-minute pregame.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. That was the best.
Can't beat that. So what are we going to have, the national anthem again or what? Nope. All right, so both teams now have been introduced, and they, of course, with now the COVID rule thing, that they don't go up and say good game or anything like that. They just all wave at each other, which makes it a lot simpler because the good game thing doesn't mean anything. They just walk by each other. So starting for Los Alamos, we will have Nadia Gallegos. She's a 6'1" senior. She'll be in the front line. And along with her, also in the front line, will be Callie Goda. And she is a junior. Don't have the height on Callie. And then joining them will be Angelina Pasalacqua. Angelina is a 5'9" sophomore. In the back line, we have, Katrina Sanchez will start, but she's in the starting lineup. I'm not sure who the libero is going to be. Brini Ato, and of course she will come in for one of the girls in the back court. And so right now they're getting set. They also in the back court, Bella Aguilar. She'll most likely stay in there. And then let's see, Solen Teliez. No, not Solen. It's going to be Michelle Macias, and Michelle is going to check out. And so they're going to get Michelle into the rotation pretty quick because she's been pretty tough up there in that front line. So the Hilltoppers are going to start things off, and they will serve. And so back now behind the line for the Hilltoppers. And so here we go. Bella Aguilar serving is going to be picked up about across by And it comes across all the way to Bree Nieto. She sets up, and they set up Nadia Gallegos. Wow. Whoa. Boy, fix that divot in the floor. What a spike by Nadia Gallegos. That makes it a 1-0 ball game. And so Bella Aguilar, 5'6" senior, serving for Los Alamos. Just barely clears the net. I don't know if they're going to be able to get it back across. They do bump it across, just barely. This is going to set up Los Alamos perfectly. And so I thought they were going to set Nadia for a kill, and they don't. And they just bring it over to the left side to Callie Goda. And so Callie just with an easy shot. And let me correct that. That was Angelina. And Angelina didn't put much on it. And the Jaguars had no trouble getting that one back across.
So starting off in this first was very small up front. I mean,
Yes.
Nadia's got about 7-8 inches on the tallest girl over there on that she's facing against Capital. That is Sophia Cintron.
Yeah,
and but very, very small.
Yeah, it looks like three liberos up there. So Callie Goda pushes it across, picked up by Capital. They can't return it, and so the Hilltoppers tie it up at 2-2. So side out goes over to Los Alamos, and now checking in for Los Alamos will be Ashley Hammond, and also into the ball game coming in will be Abby Leckel, and Abby will go back to serve for Los Alamos. And the front line for Los Alamos right now, Ashley Hammond, Nadia Gallegos. And I'm trying to pick up who the other girl is. So this is nice serve, barely brought up to the front. They're going to have to play it from the back line. They barely do get it across. The libero had to be the one to play it. So the libero's been very, very busy as she just picks up a quick shot. They bring it across to Los Alamos. They're going to set up. Right now, they set up Ashley Hammond. Hammond drills it toward the back line, picked up there. Nadia Gallegos with a dink, picked up easily by Capital. They're going to dink it back across. Now the libero, Bree Nieto, and she'll set up Ashley Hammond. Hammond's shot was going to go long, but Capital decides to play it. And boy, there's a hard shot. And, and that was Caitlyn Padilla. She thought it was in. She was celebrating like crazy.
I think she was lobbying that Los Alamos had touched it.
Oh, okay.
And nobody was even close to touching it. I'm not sure what she thought she saw. But yeah, that one well long.
So Abby Leckel serving, and Capital brings it across, and Los Alamos has a lot of trouble getting it up to the front. They barely get it up to the front, and the only possibility they have is to slam it into the net. So now serving will be Janessa Montoya. She's a 5'5" senior. She just now rotated out of the front line. Nice serve comes to the back, picked up there by Bella Aguilar. Ashley Hammond with a good shot. They're going to come again. They're going to set up. Boy, beautiful shot that time by Caitlyn Padilla, picked up by the Hilltoppers' Bella Aguilar. Capital really hustling here and doing a good job against the Hilltoppers. Nadia Gallegos, and she fires it down and in. That's what they need to keep doing, Mike.
Well, they're going to have to wait as Nadia rotates out. So, but Nadia's, that's her second kill. Both of them had pretty good steam on them. But beyond those two, Gene, the Toppers have not gotten a ton on the returns.
No, they have not at all. So the shot is blocked at the net by Ashley Hammond, and going up also is Bella Aguilar. Michelle Macias, and so the two of them make a beautiful block. And so it's now 5-3. Hilltoppers up. Bree Nieto, the libero, is serving. Comes right across the net. Is digged right back across the net by Ashley Hammond. No return by Capital. That makes it 6-3. So Bree Nieto, the libero, 5'4" senior, will serve. Comes toward the back line, picked up there, and now what they did was they faked it, and Layla Latoya Layla Toya actually took the shot. What they did was they set it up to make it look like Caitlyn Padilla was going to take the shot, and then Layla Toya actually came over and took the shot. And Los Alamos, I guess they must have fell for it because they weren't able to return it. So Capital, their libero now serving. That's going to go long.
That was a couple feet long.
Yeah,
not even real close.
Not too close. What's the number on their libero down there?
That is number 3, Alyssa Sandoval.
Okay.
And what's going on here?
Well, I don't know, but that thing was a mile long. But they gave her the point. No, they didn't give them the point. So
was the ball not ready?
I don't know, something, but they just served over, and that's all there was to it. That first, they just blew off that first serve. So now Alyssa Sandoval with the serve, and Hilltoppers can't return it again.
I think that was their mulligan. You get a mulligan each set.
Comes to the back line. Hilltoppers are going to have to play it from the 10-foot line. Michelle Macias brings it across, and then a quick little dink. I'm not even sure if that was a dink or whether it was just a hard shot off at the young lady that went down that time, is Layla Toya. It looked like she was trying to bump it up, but it came off the side of her fist, and actually came over a dink for Los Alamos. But the Hilltoppers was able to get it up, and boy, a hard shot by the Hilltoppers, and they make it 7-5. Serve comes over, and now they set up. This time, Caitlyn Padilla, hard shot by Michelle Macias, and Michelle, she just takes it right off of Caitlyn Padilla, goes flying toward the back wall. So the Hilltoppers now up by 3, 8-5 here. Served by the Hilltoppers, going to come right. It was a perfect set that time for Ashley Hammond, but Ashley not able to take advantage of it. And so they dink it back and forth across the net. And then it comes right to Layla Toya. And so Layla all she has to do is push it into the open court.
Unfortunate that return goes straight to Hammond. She slightly mistimed her jump though, and just couldn't get anything on it. But yeah, that was one of the best sets she's ever going to see in her life, and just unfortunately couldn't get all of it.
Yeah. Caitlyn Padilla will serve at the 6-8. Whoa, boy, that was a zinger. That barely cleared the net. Shot from the back line by Abby Leckel. So Leckel back in the back court, actually. And she was about halfway back to the floor, so she was at least 20 feet from the net. And she just put a hard shot over from the left side into the right corner. And so I think we're having a little trouble with substitution here. Unbelievable. What is this, soccer? Anyway.
Yeah, very, very serious about their substitutions.
Callie Goda went in for Abby Leckel, and then they they had to send Abby back in, so that Callie come back out again, so they could kind of bump each other and say, okay, we're ready. It's a 10-6 ball game, by the way, right now. And boy, serving for Los Alamos, and I mean really zinging them in for the Hilltoppers. And they're going to set up right now. They set up Angelina Pasalacqua. And Ashley Hammond is back for Los Alamos serving. The Hilltoppers lead now 11 to 6. We're going to have a timeout taken by Capital. So the Hilltoppers up by 5 right now. They play 2:25. So it's the first 4 sets. If it goes that long, they'll all go to 25, and then the final set will go to 15. So, and we've had some pretty good 5-setters so far. Had the opening match of the season for the Hilltoppers was against St. Michael's in Los Alamos, and that went right down to 5 sets and right down to the wire. In fact, it was tied 13-13 in that 5th set. And then a young lady from St. Michael's went back and served 2 aces to win the ball game. Ashley Hammond will serve for Los Alamos, serving at 11-6, and that's just barely out.
That went a little close to watch.
Yeah, a little bit.
That just I thought that might have even gotten a piece of the back line, not quite. But they have these 11-year-olds refereeing in the back line, and they're always correct. So.
Oh yes. So Capital.
Oh.
So the serve comes across to get it to Capital, and then a miss hit that time by Angela Valencia, and Angela actually mishit it, just hit the tape and then rolled over the top of the tape and then straight down.
Looked like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sky hook.
Yes, exactly. Hard shot this time by Angela Valencia, blocked by Los Alamos. Hilltoppers are going to get it up. We're going to have Hilltoppers in the net. So Hilltoppers in the net, so the point goes to Capital, makes it 9-11. And Layla Toya still serving, down by 2 here in set 1.
Whoa.
And she zings one almost against the back wall.
Boy, the Jaguars are not shy about putting some heat on these, regardless of where they end up landing.
So Nadia Gallegos checks in, goes to the front line. Michelle Macias serving for the Hilltoppers. The Capitals sets up. The Hilltoppers do a great job at digging it out. They get it to Nadia Gallegos. There's a little soft shot by Nadia. Shot by Capital is blocked momentarily by Nadia Gallegos. And the Hilltoppers trying to get the set up toward the middle. And instead of going toward the middle, it actually went. They were trying to bump it back toward the middle, and they actually bumped it off the front of their hands out of bounds. So it's now 10-12. And serving is Amari Romero. So the Hilltoppers are going to play it, and they get it to this time. Boy, beautiful shot that time by Callie Goda, played by Capital. Nadia Gallegos and there she goes again. Nadia, I mean, every time they set her, I mean, she could easily pick up the point. I don't know why she has to dink every once in a while, but boy, I mean, every time she's found an unbelievable open court every time.
Yeah, she really has. Every time she's gone up and taken a full swing, but like you said, she'll put up dinks for seemingly no reason sometimes, and they don't. There's no reason to do that, especially with her height advantage.
No, not at all. So it's just back and forth. One hit each for each team, and finally Capital has to get it to the libero to play it from the back line. Now they set up Nadia into a double block. So they had a double block set up that time, but right there, as getting up in that block was Sophia Cintron, and along with Jesse Montoya. And so the Hilltoppers now back to serve once again, and this is Bella Aguilar. She serves an ace. That makes it 15-10. Hilltoppers now up by 5. Bella, 5'6" senior, number 1. And so, well, they're waiting for the crowd to quiet down.
Yeah, it's getting a little raucous in here.
So, brought back across by Nadia Gallegos. And Nadia, she just takes it right off. I mean, right smack off of Camila Villa. I'm sorry.
And so, no doubt about that one. That's what Nadia needs to do.
Oh,
just power it down, and she is a perfect 5 for 5 in those attempts so far, and she's had absolutely no trouble whatsoever.
None at all. And now an ace served by Bella. So Aguilar makes it 17-10. So the Hilltopper pulling away here in set 1. Bella ready to serve once again. Nicks the tape, but comes across. And boy, a lot of confusion by Capital. Everybody, nobody was going to go for it, and everybody's going to go for it. Finally, Alyssa Sandoval, the libero, finally steps up and barely gets it across the net. but that was enough to set Capital up, and Hilltopper's not able to make the return. 11-17, the libero is going to be picked up by the libero for Los Alamos, Nieto. Hilltoppers have to bump it back across from the 10-foot line. There's a shot that comes to the 10-foot line. Hilltoppers, well, I thought they were going to set up Nadia, but they end up sending up Callie Goda, and now his shot goes long, but that was touched. Whoa.
No, they're going to say it was not touched. And
no, that was touched.
There was a Jaguar right there, and unless it hit the tape or something, but the ball kind of went went off to one side right there. So yeah, it appeared to be touched, but the officials disagree.
Yeah, no, but there wasn't any question. Somebody got a finger on that. So anyways, 13-17, and Capital still serving. Now they're going to set up Nadia, and once again,
no problem.
Set her up right in the middle of the net and right down the left sideline. That was an easy one for Nadia, and now checking in for the Hilltoppers will be Abby Leckel, and Leckel will serve the front line for Los Alamos. Nadia Gallegos, Ashley Hammond. A little slow serve. That's going to be out.
That was like an Ephus pitch. It just kept waiting for it to come down. I don't know if the fan caught it and it just blew it sideways. But
there wasn't anything on that at all. 14-18. Joe Palmer wants to talk things over here. So it's Hilltoppers up by 4, 18-14. They come out of the timeout. The Jaguars will be serving. So Joe Palmer wants to talk to his young ladies and settle them down. Hilltoppers had a pretty good lead, but they are letting Capital chip back into it. The Capital, of course, the head coach of Capital is Max Vargas, and he has replaced Valerie Sandoval. And Joe Palmer, who has been at the reins of the Hilltoppers for 3 or 4 years now, and has been very, very successful. And I don't know, has he won the district every year? I mean, he's been really, really tough, and he's been driving Milwaukee crazy. Milwaukee was number 4 in the state. We played them for the district championship and beat them in Milwaukee. So,
they haven't forgotten that.
No, they have not. No, they have not. Serving is Janessa Montoya. Comes up to the front. Nadia Gallegos once again. The set, she has to step back. The set was actually behind her, and so she had to take a couple of steps back and then try to bring it across. Capital can't return it. So Nieto serving. I thought she just got through serving. 19-14. I mean, before that. So the Hilltoppers are going to set up Ashley Hammond. Nice hard shot picked up on the back line. And now they're going to set up Caitlyn Padilla. So Caitlyn Padilla, you probably heard that over the PA. The 5'6" junior, and she put a power shot through there. Makes it now 15-19, and now their libero, Alyssa Sandoval, will serve.
Padilla with a nice shot. That's the best swing the Jaguars have had so far in this first set.
Oh, absolutely. Comes to Nieto, almost goes out of bounds, chased down there by Angelina Pasalacqua. Hilltoppers barely get it across, and so that never got over the net. That should have been 4 hits, and they do call it. So they slammed it into the top of the tape, and everybody just kept on playing. Of course, they have the Hilltoppers go up to block it, and sometimes it's hard to tell, but there wasn't any question about that one. That never cleared the tape. So the Hilltoppers lead 20-15. And this time they set up this time, and Amarie Romero, and Amarie makes it long. So Angelina Pasalacqua will serve at 21-15 for the Hilltoppers into the net. Can't stand prosperity.
Well, yeah, give the Jaguars some credit here. They are hanging in.
Yeah, they really are.
So far, what we've seen out of the Jaguars, they are outgunned, but they are scrapping, and they're trying to keep in this ball game.
Caitlyn Padilla with the serve, picked up by Brinieto, and then they get it up to Solin Teliez. Teliez, all she can do is bump it across. There's a dink by Capto, and no return by Los Alamos. So they pick up the point, make it 17-21, and like Mike says, the Jaguars are not going away by any means. Caitlyn Padilla will serve. Comes to the back, into the back line, picked up by Los Alamos. They're going to set up Solin Teliez. Whoa, what a nice shot by Solin. The junior just put it right toward the back line. Boy, that was a pretty shot.
A little bit of a windmill type action there, and that was very, very effective and well placed hit.
Yes, it was. 22-17, an ace for Los Alamos. So Ashley Hammond serves up the ace, and now Max Vargas wants a timeout. So the Hilltoppers 2 points away from set one, 23-17.
one of the parents throwing one of the Hilltoppers a water bottle, and in her other hand she had a burrito or something. I thought she was asking for the burrito. It's like, well,
No.
you get hungry out there.
That's right. Yeah. You get water, I get bread. So.
Let me just eat this burrito. I'll tell you exactly how good it is after the match. So.
Right, we'll split it.
You can have whatever's left.
Ashley Hammond is going to serve at 23-17. Whoa, beautiful serve, and then quickly brought across by Capto. They set up this time at Callie Goda. Goda shot across, and then Capto trying to just push it across. But boy, right there for Los Alamos was Michelle Macias and Solin Teliez. Beautiful double block. They just stuffed it right back. So set point now for Los Alamos. 24-17. Ashley Hammond going to come all the way to the front line. That should be an easy play for Los Alamos, and it is. So they bumped it right up to Michelle Macias. All she had to do is go straight up in the air and push it straight down. So that will do it. 25-0. The Hilltoppers take set number one.
And for Macias, back-to-back blocks to end that first set. And while we're listening to some Dr. Dre and Tupac, and we'll take a short break in between sets. But nice first set there for the Toppers. Got some good offense going there. Nadia Gallegos ends up with 6 spike kills in that first set. Exactly what they need her to do. The Jaguars have nobody to match Gallegos, Gene. So she has had free run at the net. She had free run at the net for that first set. We'll see if we can keep that. She can keep that up. But very, very nice placement. Good speed on her shots. Didn't try to destroy anything. Kept everything under control. But very well placed and some good heat on all of those. So nice set for her. Also a nice set for Macias. She ends up with 3 block kills as well as spike kill and a tip kill, and also got a back row kill, as a matter of fact, from Leckel. So Toppers spreading the ball around a little bit in that first set. So good start to this contest.
Yeah, really. And so they're talking about the height on the Capitol on their roster. They have no girl over 5'9", and in fact, the 2 girls who are listed at 5'9" really haven't played that much. So the kids that are out there playing, their tallest player is Sophia Cintron, who's 5'8". And I guess that's it.
And
So-
that's a little gem. I don't think she's 5'8". I think she's
Well,
Nadia's listed at 6'1", and
those girls.
she doesn't look like she's within 3 or 4 inches of her. So
girls, if they were, except for their hairdos, they look exactly the same height. So anyway, we're letting the clock crank all the way down to. Don't want to get started too early here.
No, you do not. They put 3 minutes up there for a reason, Gene.
That's right. Everybody, rest. We need social distancing rest.
Yes, absolutely. And then when the clock runs out, then they'll do the libero stuff. And
Here we go.
It's all about protocol here in volleyball.
Yeah, I know.
All about protocol. Don't
know.
try to get in 2 seconds earlier than the referee tells you to, because
I wish
he's
I
going to send you
understood.
right back and have you do it again.
I wish I understood that. They put the starting lineup out there. Then they go check the starting lineup, make sure it's right. Then once it's right, then they go get the libero, and then they bring the libero in for one of the starters. And then they do it for one team. Then they've done it for the Hilltoppers. Now they're going to have to go over and do it for Capital. Well, they still haven't done it for Los Alamos.
No, they're still going over the lineup and very, very important paperwork. And you're very familiar with volleyball paperwork, having done the state tournament, Gene.
Oh, yeah.
And your good buddy, Brian Ainsworth, he helps you every step of the way.
Oh, yeah.
He does everything he can to make sure you got what you need when you need it.
Yep, exactly.
And that's all there is to it.
Okay.
Of course, Brian Ainsworth, he's very. You cannot fault his head coach. He's a very, very good coach.
Yeah, he is. I don't know. He doesn't have to turn the roster in until like 2 minutes before the game, so he waits. And then I'm doing PA, and I don't have a roster. So scramble. So here we go. And we're going to drop back. We're going to put, looks like Chanel Yeager is going to serve, 5'3". She also plays libero at some point. Serve is going to be an ace. That's it. So a long serve comes down, and the Hilltoppers, Katrina Sanchez. See, no, it wasn't Katrina. No, it was Anna Kirkland. She went up to just to simply bump it up, and didn't get her hands up high enough, and it just rolled off her fingers out of bounds. Another ace served up this time. So Chanel Yeager with ace number 2. And that was just a simple matter of the Hilltoppers just mishandling it completely. And another ace.
Boy.
Whoa. 3 straight aces from Chanel Yeager. And the Hilltoppers haven't even come close to trying to return it. In fact, nobody's got a hold of one yet. Now there's a little softy that's going to come down into the middle of the open area. Hilltoppers finally do play it back across, and now they set up Caitlyn Padilla. Her hard shot is blocked, and this time they set up. Was that Sophia Cintrone? Yeah, Sophia, and she tried to push it across, and Nadia pushed it almost straight down and just brushed her head. So she just got to put her hands in her face in her hands, and just kind of stood there. Hilltoppers now serving another. Oh, quick shot. And Sophia Cintrone, 5'8" sophomore. Ball came up close to the net, so she didn't waste any time. She was actually turned sideways, and she just shoved it down. She shoved that down with her left hand.
Yeah, I think it was, and nothing fancy about that. That was just a That was just a straight play, like she was playing two-hand touch football with it. She did nothing. Didn't take a swing. Just that was a straight push.
Yeah. So serving is Janessa Montoya, and a Hilltopper return is long. So it makes a 5-1. So the Hilltoppers won the first set 25-17. But right now it's the Jaguars all the way as the Hilltoppers having a heck of a time with the service game of Capital. And Joe Palmer now, he wants to take a timeout, talk things over.
But just a couple of misplayed serves to start things off. As we were talking about in the first set, Gene, the Jaguars are kind of outmatched here, but they won't go away. They have you got to give them a lot of credit. They have fought through every single point. They haven't given the Los Alamos anything, and now here at the top of this second set, you give them a little bit of momentum with a couple of mistakes, a couple of misplayed balls, and so far early in this set, they've been able to take advantage.
Well, the first three serves, and came from just Chanel Yeager, and we didn't return one of them. We didn't even get a hit on one of them. So serving again, Nadia Gallegos, and she puts it toward the back line. I'll tell you that 5 to 10 feet in front of that back line was nothing but wood. They didn't have a single player back there, and she could have put it anywhere back there. Hilltoppers on the serve, picked up by Capital. They were going to set up on a beautiful shot that time, Sophia Cintrone.
And that is going to go just wide.
Yeah,
I thought Cintrone had a great angle on it. I thought she might have caught the sideline, but they're going to call it wide, and Cintrone does not agree.
Yeah.
Well, no. Now they're going to call it in. They changed the call.
It. So
that was originally called out.
Yes. So Alyssa Sandoval, we should have had a carry there against Los Alamos. And so the little dink, Michelle Macias, not ready for it. And so she jumps up. She didn't expect a dink. Block at the net by Michelle. And teaming up with Michelle that time was Angelina Pasalacqua for the block. And then the return by Capital goes long. So it's 3-6. Hilltoppers having a rough time here with the Lady Jaguars.
That dink, Gene, that went straight up in the air. I didn't think it was going to get over the net, but it just snuck over the net. But it's like she fouled it off or something.
So the return, a hard shot that time by Caitlyn Padilla, but right there for Los Alamos, Michelle Macias, along with Ashley Hammond. And now serving is Solyn Tellez. And we got some more problems at the scorebook. The score was 6-4, so it's either should be 5-6 right now. Let's see if they change that or not. They're showing 4-6. Los Alamos trailing by 2. And they're still trying to figure it out.
I don't think this necessarily has anything to do with the score. I think they're trying to check the rotation here. And
well, anyway, so maybe I guess the score is correct, 4-6, but anyway, long discussion here at the bench. Remind everybody we'll be on the air on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Actually, Thursday night before 7 o'clock. And
top of football with a tough contest against West Las Vegas. Very, very solid team.
So finally, whatever they figure out, they figure it out. And the Hilltopper serve it across. They bring it across. And Solyn Tellez came right back to Solyn. She brought it up to the front line. The Hilltoppers pushed it across. And Capital trying to block it. And just drops down in their court. Hilltoppers make it 5-6. Serving again, and another dink. Nobody's hitting that ball very hard now, right now, except Ashley Hammond says, "Here, let me show you how to do it." And boy, she put that thing down that left sideline, and she did show him exactly how you're supposed to spike that ball.
Very nice. Uncontested, too. The Jaguar defense just did not rotate over to get anything in front of Hammond, and she just set that one down, no problem.
So Angelina Pasalak with a serve. Well, I don't know what happened, but they're giving the point to Los Alamos. Joe Palmer, not a happy camper.
Yeah, he's a little steamed. And they won the point. I'm not sure what he's arguing.
Well, I think maybe the official on this side, the floor official, may have called it for Capital, and then the chair umpire called it for Los Alamos. And I think that's what Joe was upset about. But anyway, a hard shot that time, and Ashley Hammond up for the block. So the block killed by Ashley makes it now. Hilltoppers go up 8-6. So the Hilltoppers taking over once again. Pasalacqua with the serve. Comes up to the front. Brittany put Caitlyn Padilla. And that just goes long. I mean, just barely. That
one pretty close.
And now Max Vargas has to take a timeout.
Yeah, 9-6 in favor of the Toppers. The Jaguars led this set 5-1. So Toppers have won 8 out of the last 9, or 9 out of the last, 8 out of the last 9. And Jaguars just have not been able to put up much offense since that initial burst from the service line by Alyssa. See who was that?
Yeah, that's Chanel Yeager.
Chanel Yeager. Yeah. After that, Jaguars just have not been able to put up. Really, they haven't been able to get any power on any of their shots or anything like that. So they just have not been able to get much going.
Yeah. So Lynn Telliez is up on the front line with Michelle Macias and Ashley Hammond, and serving for the Hilltoppers is Angelina Pasalacqua, and Angelina serves an ace to make it 10-6. So we got a good front line right now for the Hilltoppers. And Angelina, outstanding server. Boy, that just zings across, comes to as they play it from the back court. Brittany Padilla, Caitlyn Padilla, I'm sorry. She's able to finally get it across. It comes to the libero, and they're going to all they can do is push it across. Hilltoppers having a lot of trouble with it. Michelle Macias finally bumps it back over her head, and then Michelle right there at the net for the block. So Michelle had to run over there and turn her back to the net and then bump it across over her head. Then she just turns right around and then blocks the shot. Unbelievable.
Second block of the set for Macias, 5th of the contest.
She almost blocked another one right there. Now they're going to set Michelle up. Nope. Going to set up Ashley Hammond. And, whoa. And Ashley's shot was blocked. I mean, Ashley Hammond's shot was blocked straight up in the air. I mean, way up in the air. Came right down, except it was dropping fast, but it was going to be a perfect set for Michelle. And she mistimed it. But that's one of those ones where you're going to do an overhand in tennis, and you better time it right. Whoa, there's an ace. So Annalise Leos. I don't think we've seen Annalise. So a 5'2" senior.
I'm not sure we have, no.
She serves up an ace to make it 8-11. And this one a little softy in an open court. Most of the time those fall in. That open court is dangerous. And so it's Amari Romero. So Amari, hard shot makes it 9-11. And the Jaguars, and still serving, is Annalise Leos. So picked up. The Hilltoppers are going to set up right now. And Solène Teliez. Solene's hard shot is blocked at the net. A quick push across by Capital. Hilltoppers, once again, Michelle Macias has to play it over her head with her back to the net. Push to the back line, comes to Abby Leckel. Now they're going to set up Michelle. And Michelle, she looked like she grabbed the handle and then just threw it down the left sideline.
Yeah, absolutely. But very good. The sideline wide open. So she's able to take advantage. Toppers and the Jaguar, or the Toppers,
Whoa, Ashley Hammond. Wow. Ashley, an outstanding server. Boy, I mean, you don't get a better ace than that. Wow.
The Jaguars didn't even have time to react to that. Not one of them moved.
All they could do is just watch it fly by. So it comes across again, and so the Hilltoppers are going to set up. And a hard shot that time by Abby Leckel. This serve return from Angela Valencia. That's going to go long.
So Toppers trying to build some momentum here.
Yes.
And
that's served by Ashley Long.
Well, never mind that.
So much for momentum.
So the Toppers, outside of that run to take the lead, Gene, they just can't seem to put string a whole lot together.
So the serve comes across from Layla Toya, and so they return it. The Hilltoppers just bump it up right to the front, and waiting for it is Callie Goda. So now Michelle Macias will rotate to the back line, and she'll serve at 15-10. This one's going to go long.
Not particularly close on that one.
Can't stand prosperity.
No, that's a tough thing to deal with.
Yes. So that makes it 11-15, the Jaguars. So Amory Romero now will serve. Little floater into the center court. Hilltoppers play it nicely. Bring it across is Callie Goda. And now Capital has to play it from the back court. And boy, beautiful shot that time by Annalise Leos. As she had to play it she was way back into, about halfway back into the 10-foot line, so about 20 feet back. And she put a perfect shot down toward the back line on the Hilltoppers. Comes now to Nadia Gallegos. Nadia once again with a little dink. And this time the shot goes wide. That was by Sophia Cintron. So that'll give the Hilltoppers a point, make it 16-12. Coming in to serve for the Hilltoppers will be Bella Aguilar. And she'll replace Solène Teliez. So the ball now has rolled under the bleachers. So, all
There's
right.
a couple of trash cans on the back wall. I'm waiting for the ball to go in there.
Yeah. They've gotten fairly close. So Bella Aguilar with the serve and then a miss hit by the Jaguars. So Sophia Cintron, she had a pretty good set, but she just mishit it.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad set, but it looked like Cintron actually got too far under the ball and had to kind of reach back to try to hit it.
So Sophia again this time. And this time she tries to go up against, Angelina Pasalacqua and Nadia Gallegos. And that, of course, is nothing doing. You're going to try to go up against those two girls, you're in trouble. So Bella Aguilar still serving for Los Alamos. Going to be played from the 10-foot line, picked up by the libero, Bri Nieto. And now it comes up on top. They get it to Callie Goda. And a beautiful block at the net that time by by the 5'8" sophomore, Sophia Centron. And that makes it now 13-18. So the Jaguars, Mike, have not made it really easy for Los Alamos. I mean, they're a scrappy bunch. The serve comes to the back line. They're going to get it up to the front. Callie Goda. Goda's shot is blocked partially at the net, chased down beautifully by Alyssa Sandoval, their libero. Jaguars are able to get it across. The Hilltoppers get to the Briniato, the topper libero. Now Callie Goda gets the set, and she puts it long. So 14-18.
And Toppers actually played one of the shots from the Jaguars that was going to go well wide. It was going to be about a foot wide, but Los Alamos plays it.
Well, Los Alamos really out of sync right now. And there's Caitlyn Padilla. And boy, Caitlyn Padilla, the 5'6" junior, puts it away. And that makes it 15-18. Another point by Capital. We're going to see a timeout here, Mike. And
I certainly, Toppers need one.
They do.
They're scrambling right now.
Yeah, they really are. And a hard shot across comes from Sophia Centron. And then they set up Nadia Gallegos over on the right side of the net. She tries to come to the left side, and that's wide. So Joe Palmer wants timeout.
So the Toppers trying to slide Gallegos over from the center to the right side and hit across, but that is not where she's been doing her damage in this contest. She's been straight down the middle, or at least she's been standing straight in the middle, and then she has the whole court to work with. So the slide ineffective, and Nadia unfortunately put that one well wide, and the Jaguars well within striking distance right now here in the second set.
Yes, and their execution in this last series has been excellent, and Los Alamos has been really out of sync, and they've been just kind of chasing after the ball. 16-18, and
what I really wish, Gene, is just once that we could see Nadia Gallegos just loosen up a little bit. She is just tight as a drum out there.
Guess who, Mike? Serving for Capitals, Chanel Yeager.
Well, she has been their best offensive weapon in this set.
That's her fourth ace of this set.
Oh.
And she might make it 5. And she almost did. Hilltoppers finally able to, well, the Hilltoppers did get it back across. So Chanel, she was one hit short of getting her 5th ace. She now ties it up.
She missed the floor by about 3 inches.
Yes. 18-18. Callie Goda bumps it across from Los Alamos, and now they're going to set up Caitlyn Padilla, picked up by Briniato, and now comes to Nadia Gallegos. Gallegos' shot is long, and Capital takes the lead.
Wow.
So Capital roaring from behind here. That was 18-14. 5 straight points actually more than that, actually. Chanel Yeager, there's that little softie into the open court. Comes to Nadia Gallegos, and Nadia takes a hard shot off of Caitlyn Padilla and out of bounds, and Hilltoppers tie it up 19-19. But the Hilltoppers, Mike, right now are in a battle for this second set.
Boy, oh boy, and Yeager, Gene, she's putting the ball exactly where Los Alamos is having the most difficulty getting to it. I mean, she couldn't pick out a better spot if she wanted to.
No, that's exactly right. Abby Leckel serving for Los Alamos, and Caitlyn Padilla. This one is blocked out of bounds. Well, it goes wide. I thought Los Alamos blocked that.
It certainly looked like they did, but they're
giving the point to Los Alamos. Well, nobody's protesting.
Yeah, Jaguars not protesting. Again, maybe it hit the net or something. It certainly looked like one of the toppers got a piece of it.
So Abby serving, so Leckel brings it across, and now trying to bring it back across that time, Chanel Yeager, and she puts it into the net.
She hit it too hard. That's the problem.
What's that?
Yeager hit it too hard. If she had just like blown at it or something, yes, it would have been fine.
Yes, exactly. 21-19. So the Hilltoppers were up pretty well on Capital. The Capital came from behind and took the lead, 19-18. And then the Hilltoppers tied it back up at 19-19, and have now moved it out to a 21-19 lead. And Abby Leckel will serve for Los Alamos, leading by 2 here in set 2. Hilltoppers won the first set 25-17. So we'll see. So Abby gets the nod from the official. There's the serve, comes up to the front, and block at the net by Nadia Gallegos. Picked up by Capital nicely. Now they're going to bring it back to Nadia. Nadia down the left sideline. And the floor official didn't see whether it was in or out, and neither did the sideline official. Nobody made a call. And so Los Alamos ends up getting the call. I think it was in, but everybody was looking at each other, somebody to make the call. They're going to set up Nadia. And partial, boy, it helped out a lot that time by Sophia Centron, because she partially blocked it, and that blocked it right into the open court. So now
it came off the block like a knuckleball.
Yes, it did. 23-19. Whoa. Trying to sneak it across. Janessa Montoya with a little backhanded dink. She had her back to the net. 24-19, we're at set point. And Abby Leckel, they're going to, whoa. I thought for sure the ball came to Angelina Pasalacqua, and I thought sure she was going to set up Nadia. They had the perfect setup. And then she decided to try to push it across herself. And here's to the net. 20-24. Set point once again. Comes to Nadia. Set. And it is. Point and set. So let's go. Makes it 25-20. So the Hilltoppers go up 2-1 here. And now we take a 3-minute break. So anyway, our schedule so far, let's see, tomorrow night, the Hilltopper girls are in action. The girls soccer. And at St. Michael's, I was hoping we could bring that ball game, but my schedule doesn't allow it at all. So anyway, so we're going to pass tomorrow night, and then we're going to head up to Las Vegas, see our old buddy Phil Scher. Phil, who was with the Monitor for 2 years, and also was did 2 years of commentary for KRSN, and now he is what do they call him, the editor?
He is the editor up there at
the Las Vegas Optic.
The Las Vegas Optic, and doing an excellent job over there. They won a lot of awards fairly recently. So Phil doing a great job, and we've known Phil for a while. He's a great guy.
We went up to see Phil not long after he moved up there. That was in the fall after he took off and went up there. And we were touring his office, or touring his place, and they had a copy of the very first Optic newspaper. And it was in 1876. So I'm surprised it hasn't crumbled into little pieces by now. But
that's a pretty good trick to keep it around that long.
Yes, it is. So they've been up there a long time. the Las Vegas Optic. Phil is now the editor. And so he was a sports writer. And then, of course, the thing that's interesting, and Mike, my good buddy Mike Mays here, who is also a sports writer for the Monitor, he of course, knows the drill over there. You're the sports writer, which means you get to be the editor, the publisher, the printer, the delivery boy, whatever.
Yep, many hats, as they say.
Many hats.
But the great thing in the newspaper business, they pay you for every last thing you do. I was just rolling in it while I was working in the paper. Loved every second of it.
Well, you can't complain, you get the big bucks. Oh,
For any of the younger kids that are listening, I'm just kidding. There is no money at all in that business. So seriously, go into computer programming or engineering or something. Don't. It's not a lucrative business.
So we will start things off. Bella Aguilar, and she'll serve with power serve right into the net. So that makes it. So now Chanel Yeager going to start things off for Capital. Serves another ace. My God.
Well, I don't know what Yeager's doing, but Los Alamos can't do anything against her serve.
No, 5th or 6th ace of this contest so far, and she's about to deliver another one. Hilltoppers barely get it back across, and there's a hard shot that time by Caitlyn Padilla, picked up by the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers bump it across, and this time Sofia Centrone. Hard shot picked up by Brie Nieto in the back line, and then the Hilltoppers, and they set up Nadia. Nadia puts it down the right sideline. So the Hilltoppers.
Yeager missed another ace by about an inch.
Yes, he did.
Unbelievable, and the Toppers have no answer.
No, none at all. Abby Leckel serving. And Caitlyn Padilla has her shot blocked at the net. Teaming up, Angelina Pasalacqua and Nadia Gallegos. 2-2 ball game right now. Hilltoppers leading 2-0. Won the first one 25-17. Won the second one 25-20. Very, very hard-fought contest. The Capital trying to push it across. Blocked at the net by Nadia. Hilltoppers set Nadia up, and she tries to dink it across and doesn't get it across the net.
That
Instead of spiking it, tries to dink. That's got to be the ultimate insult dink into the net. So anyway,
boy, and that wasn't even that high under the net. It was about 3 or 4 squares down.
Yes, it was. Serving is Janessa Montoya.
Wow.
And boy, a hard shot by the Hilltoppers. Ashley Hammond brings it back across, and Capital just returns it out of bounds.
Nice swing there by Hammond. She's put some pepper on her hits a couple of times in this ball game.
Yeah, she's got a good shot. Here she goes again.
Another good one.
And this time she whams it off the double block and goes all the way to the top of the bleachers out of bounds. So the point goes to Los Alamos. They now lead 4-3. Brie Nieto still serving. Comes to their libero on the back line, and now I thought they were going to set up Caitlyn Padilla, and there's a quick shot by Angelina Pasalacqua. So Angelina looked like she was going to set up Michelle Macias. She just pushed it across with her left hand. Makes it now 5-3. Brie, well, we certainly do have one of the, I didn't know if they were going to call that. They almost knocked the net over. That'd have been a backyard net. It'd have been on the ground.
Yeah, if they'd set it up on one of those tires or whatever they do, yeah, that would have been in trouble.
Beautiful shot that time by Layla Toya. And so Layla picks up the point.
Attacked by number 13, Caitlyn Padilla.
And so
Side out Capital. On the serve, number 3, Alyssa Sandoval.
So the Alyssa Sandoval, the
Alyssa
libero.
Sandoval, yes. Alyssa the libero, 5'2". Nice serve, barely clears the net. Hilltoppers have to play it from the 10-foot line. And Bella Aguilar gets it across. And Capital can't return it. She found the open court. Checking in for Los Alamos now is Solin Teliez. She'll join Michelle Macias and Ashley Hammond in the front line. That is a good front line for Los Alamos. Serving is Angelina Pasalacqua. The little dink. Ashley Hammond goes to the floor to pick it up. Now it comes across. Solin Teliez just starts to go with the shot. Takes a little bit off of it. Floats over toward the 10-foot line, and Capital not ready for it. Can't return it. 8-4.
What was that?
I don't know.
Just a
And Angelina they rolled the ball to Angelina, and she went to pick it. She reached down to pick it up, and it just rolled right by her. She just kind of dropped another foot. And like, oh my God.
that was a total Bill Buckner play there. She
Yes,
just
it was.
slow roller right at her, and she couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah. I know. And she just dropped down as it rolled by, like, oh my God. So it's 9-4 as Capital is taking a timeout as the Hilltoppers picked up the point while we were joking around about the ball rolled back to Angelina.
Oh, she's got it now. She's got it well in control now. So
She's ready.
yeah.
But we're in a timeout. And 2-set lead for Los Alamos, 25-17, 25-20. They lead now 9-4. Best 3 out of 5. First 4 sets get paid to 25. If it does go to a 5th set, then they play to 15, which is a good idea.
In control right now, and the Jaguars needed that timeout.
Whoa, beautiful
what a
ace.
Serve.
Wow.
What a serve by Pasalacqua, just right in the coffin corner there. Nobody even near it.
Yeah, you don't get a better ace than that. 10-4. And almost got another one she made. So probably no return here. So they finally do get it back across. And Solin Teliez gets the set and can't get it across the net. Slams it into the tape. Comes right back into Hilltopper territory. 5-10 is the score right now. The Hill Jaguars down by 5. Coming in to serve is Annalise Leos. So Annalise Leos is back behind the line, serving at 5-10 in set 3.
And all set to serve, but the floor official not ready. He was having a discussion with
Chanel Yeager.
Yeah, I'm not sure what she was.
Probably asking her what her secret is. Anyway, Ashley Hammond. Whoa. Nice set, but shot goes wide.
She had a good angle on it, just sailed on her a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
Absolutely the right idea, and nobody was nearby, just couldn't quite get it inside the line.
So, I don't know if we.
How was that not 2 hits?
We should have had 2 hits, that's for sure, but the official doesn't call it. Ashley Hammond, and Ashley, she just slams her block, and that right smack into Amory Romero. But yeah, the girl at the net for Jaguars she hit it up, and then she hit it up again, and she hit it up. I thought, how many times does she get to do that? So Ashley Hammond is serving at 11-6. Brought from the back line. Boy, nice. And boy, nice shot by Annalise Leos. Shot, a hard spike from the back court. She was in the middle of the back court. Boy, she put some zing on that one. So Leila Toya serve. There's that little softy, and the Hilltopper set up this time. Try to set up Ashley Hammond. Brie Nieto. Two. So Lynn Teliez. Nice shot. That's partially blocked. Well, let's see. We're sitting right now at 12-8.
This third set not over yet. The Toppers seem like they've dominated, but the Jaguars have done just enough to keep in this set. But a change up there by Nadia Gallegos drops in, gives the Toppers another 5-point advantage.
So Michelle Macias now will serve. Comes to the back line. They're going to bump it up to the front. We should have had Hilltoppers in the net. They don't call it. And so they do set up Solien Teliez. And Teliez
she ends up wide, so that ended up being kind of a draw there after the Toppers in the net. Now Gallegos winds up and hits a hard shot right off of Annalise Leos for the Topper point. That is spike kill number 13 in so far in this contest for Nadia. So she's having herself quite the nice night, and that will send Bella Aguilar to the back line. Nice serve for her, but the Jaguars able to pick it up. Centron with the shot across. Topper setting up Nieto on the outside, picked up by the Jaguars. Now Gallegos with a shot, that also picked up. Good defense here by the Jaguars, and then Gallegos goes into the net. So point and side out for Capital. 14-10, 10-14 now for the Jaguars, and they just will not go away.
No, they won't. And here comes Chanel Yeager.
And anything could happen at this point.
So the Hilltoppers trying to get it across, and they can't. It's blocked at the net. So that makes it now.
Oh, that falls in.
Oh, it did fall in.
I thought it fell in on the Topper side, but they're going to call that falling in on the Jaguar side. So
yeah, I thought that was a Jaguar point, but they're going to say no. So the Hilltoppers now up 15-10. Abby Leckel serving. And the hard shot, Nadia Gallegos is able to get it across for Los Alamos. They're going to set up Nadia again. Boy, great play that time by Alyssa Sandoval. That libero would dig out a really hard shot by Nadia. Up now to Ashley Hammond. Hammond powers it into the net. So the Hilltoppers turn it back over to Capital. And the Jaguars still hanging in there again. 11-15 here in set 3.
So yeah, it seems his third set, Gene, was absolutely dominated by Los Alamos, but Jaguars still within striking distance.
Oh, yes. Wow. Well, I'm telling you, Nadia Gallegos, boy, there's a hard shot. And Janessa Montoya, she couldn't do anything except just nothing but self-defense. She just put her arms and hands up in front of her. That's all she could do. because, boy, that one just slammed right smack into her. So makes it now 16-11. The Hilltoppers serving Abby Leckel. Ashley Hammond, beautiful shot by Ashley. So Ashley puts it onto the back line. 17-11.
Fourth spike kill of this third set for Ashley Hammond. She's having herself a nice set.
So Bree Nieto will serve once again. At 17-11, she's
holy moly.
Serves an ace. Is that one? That just tickled the top of the tape, and no return by Capital.
I didn't think I had a prayer of going over.
No, I didn't either. Comes to the back line, picked up by the libero, and then a hard shot that time by Caitlyn Padilla, picked up by the Hilltoppers. Now the Hilltoppers are going to set up Padilla once again, and this time, this one's going to go long.
Oh, Padilla had an open court, too. She had a really good look, but just had that hit sail on her, and the Toppers now knocking at the door of closing this one out.
Yes. So Layla Toya, she gets the set, and she goes long.
2011 in favor of the Toppers. This was a 3-point ball game not too long ago.
Yeah, that last time out, I said, the Jaguars are hanging in there again. Whoa, that one hits the tape. That one hit the tape and then rolled over on the Capital side. I thought it was going to drop straight down. Capital's able to recover and get it across, and the Hilltoppers not able to return it. And that was Layla Toya doing the honors there. 5'5" sophomore. So Alyssa Sandoval on the serve. Ashley Hammond, whoa. She bangs it off of Alyssa, the libero, and the Capital's able to bring it back across. Hilltoppers are going to give it to Michelle Macias, playing it from the 10-foot line. And now they set up Brittany Padilla, or Caitlyn Padilla. I don't know, I want to call her Brittany. And so, boy, a nice rally here at this point. Brought across again by Caitlyn Padilla. And now Ashley Hammond. Her shot is blocked by Capital, comes back into Hilltopper side. Capital gets a hold of it, and it kindly comes right to the top of the net. And there's a battle at the top of the net between Sofia Cintron and Michelle Macias, and Michelle Macias wins the battle.
Wow, best rally of this entire contest right there. Back and forth. Both teams had good swings at the ball. Finally, Macias able to put it away, but that could have gone either way. Great effort there by the Jaguars.
So Angelina Pasalac was serving for Los Alamos. Serves an ace. That makes it 22-12. Angelina, 5'9" sophomore. And a hard shot. Did Los Alamos touch that? Yes, they did. And it goes long. So I think the Hilltoppers think they're serving, but they're not.
No, that was off Los Alamos.
Yeah, Caitlyn Padilla, she clobbered it, and it was touched by Los Alamos. It went out, but off of Los Alamos. 13-22, and boy, nice ace serve. Perfect, right in the coffin corner over on the left side of the net.
Boy, this is baseball. That would have been right on the chalk. You can't place it better than that.
No. That makes it 14-22, and Caitlyn Padilla serving. Nice serve, ace. Whoa. She almost made it into the trash can back there.
Yeah, it was pretty close. So the Toppers going to take a timeout here up by 7 toward the end of this third set. I got to say, Jan, Toppers have done a lot of things well tonight. Their service return game has not been on.
No.
And you saw that with Jaeger. She was doing whatever she wanted.
Yeah, she was.
And Toppers could not make any adjustment.
Well, she didn't look like she was doing anything magical.
No, she really wasn't. But I mean, she she was getting the ball to the empty spots on the floor pretty well, but the Toppers were just not doing anything to adjust.
No, not at all.
But in any event, well, with the Jaguars serving, but Los Alamos still with a comfortable lead here.
Caitlyn Padilla serves it long.
Going for that back line again, and she didn't miss it by much.
So now Ashley Hammond will go back to serve for Los Alamos. And 2 points away from the match. 23-15. Ashley Hammond. Hard shot picked up by the libero. And then a hard return by Alyssa Sandoval. That was Caitlyn Padilla, let me correct that. And now Layla Toya, she just pushes it across. Hilltoppers get to Michelle Macias. Michelle's shot is partially blocked. Capital's able to get it across again. Shot across by Los Alamos, and we're going to have a girl in the net, I do believe, for Capital. So that is match point.
I didn't see that.
I didn't either. Match point. And Ashley Hammond closes it out with an ace. So that was easy. Boy, beautiful shot that time by Ashley Hammond. She went up and like match point, and I mean, she just drilled that thing across.
That might have been the Toppers' best serve of the night.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good one. So anyway, so the Hilltoppers take it 3-0, winning the first set 25-17, then 25-20, then 25-15. But Capital is a scrappy bunch. Hilltoppers certainly did not walk away with this match. That's for sure. So Capital came, and it's always that way when we come here to Capital. They're always a scrappy bunch, and they always give Los Alamos fits. And that goes all the way back to basketball. We used to play games in basketball where we thought we were going to just walk in the gym and walk away with it, and just didn't turn out that way. So anyway, final is 3-0. And Mike, what do you got for us?
Well, Gene, for the Toppers, good solid hitting game for the Toppers tonight, leading the way, of course. Nadia Gallegos ended up with 14 spike kills in a 3-set contest. So big first set for her. She had 6 in the first set. And when she was swinging and, going up and swinging hard, especially from the center, really, the Jaguars had no answer for her. Toppers tried to get cute with her a couple of times, and that did not pay off. But Nadia's very much in control from the middle, and actually ended up with 3 spike kills late in that second set, which was with the set still kind of in doubt. And she was able to finally put that away for the Toppers. Also tonight, nice contest for Ashley Hammond. She had 7 spike kills, most of those coming from the outside, and looking very sharp again when she was taking those big swings. Toppers, when they're playing their power game, actually had looked like better control and better placement of their shots than when they tried to get cute and dink everything. We saw several of those go into the net. We saw several of those go wide. But when the Toppers were just playing their power game, Capital really couldn't do much against them. For the Jaguars tonight, a little light on the offensive statistics. Other than Chanel Yeager, who was just an absolute beast out there tonight from the service line. Los Alamos could absolutely just do nothing against her. But beyond that, the Jaguars kind of outmanned there up front for the Jaguars. Caitlyn Padilla ended up with 3 spike kills. That was actually she set the pace for the Jaguars tonight. Really not not a whole lot else. A couple of blocks there for Sofia Cintron up up at the net rather. But the Jaguars. I mean, give them credit. They had to scramble a lot. They had to play a lot of almost emergency defense in this contest. But for the most part, they were kind of up to the task. Toppers looked like early on in this contest we're just going to waltz away with this one, but the Jaguars just kept battling back, just picked up some very, very tough shots and were able to return them. And the Toppers on the other end made a few errors, and that helped keep the Jaguars in this contest. But in the end, Gene, just too much offense by the Toppers and not enough response by the Jaguars.
Yeah, we did. And of course, we had them. I mean, the height advantage was ridiculous. So, and Hilltoppers, I think they could have done a lot more with that. But the Jaguars were scrappy and really hustled and really got around. So, even though we were putting down some pretty hard shots, a lot of times they were up to the task. So, anyway. So the Hilltoppers take it 3-0, and so I'll be back on the air on Thursday night. Remind everybody that football game, Friday night football, is going to be played on Thursday night, and that's going to be in Las Vegas. And we'll travel up to Las Vegas to bring you that ball game between the Hilltoppers and the West Las Vegas Dons. Game time is at 7 o'clock, and I don't think we're going to be able to do an interview before the game. So anyway, we'll be on the air a little bit before 7 on Thursday night from Las Vegas. So this is Gene Mortensen for Mike Katko. Not Katko. Sorry, Mike. For Mike Mays and John McHale and Nate Limbach. I want to thank Carol Clark from the Los Alamos Daily Post for making all this possible. So Carol Clark got together with John McHale and Nate, and they put all this together, and that's why we're able to bring you these Hilltopper High School broadcasts. So thanks a lot for tuning in, and Hilltopper's victorious tonight. That makes them puts them at 7-3, I do believe. And so anyway, we will be back on the air Thursday night. So tune in on Thursday night from Las Vegas, and have a great evening, everybody, and you can make it a better evening and a better tomorrow. All you got to do is put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug your penguin. That's the most important thing you can always do, is just be excellent to each other. And night-night, sweetie pie. I love you, honey. Miss you, miss you, miss you. Bye-bye, everybody.